Welcome to Pioneers of Greatness with Nompilo Zoe. And thank you so much for wanting to journey with us in discovering yourself as a pioneer of greatness. Pioneers are people who see potential, innovators who are willing to try new things, and pioneers push boundaries to advance a cause or idea or even break a record. Well, let us go on a journey of discovering ourselves and also, while we do that, overcoming great challenges which will certainly make us pioneers of greatness. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, whatever time of the day that you are tuned in at. Welcome back to the Empowerment Podcast with you, myself, Nompilo Zoe, your host for the show, Pioneers of Greatness. It's such an honor and a pleasure to host you today, for you today, and bring you once again an amazing guest, somebody who's young and fresh and who's really just pioneering greatly, breaking the ground, breaking the limits, breaking the ordinary, in fact. And briefly, I will introduce her. Before we get on to her, I want to just remind you a kind, gentle reminder. As you guys know, you are our family, and we totally appreciate your support. Thank you so much for all the feedback that you've been giving to us. It really keeps us going because we are here to empower you, inspire you, and equip you. Just definitely here to serve you with God helping us. So please carry on engaging with us on the social media platforms. We would love to hear from you. And we are available on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You just search the name Empowerment Podcast. We surely will pop up. Do follow, do like, do share, do subscribe, and we can, actually follow back as well. Thank you. On to our interview today. We have that lovely guest I was talking about. Her name is Sethabile Khumalo. Welcome to the Empowerment Podcast, Sethabile. We're honored to have you here with us on the Pioneers of Greatness show. Would you please just greet and introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much for having me. Pinding me, everyone who's listening to us. My name is Sethabile Khumalo, a very young lady from the locals of Umlazi, who's all about fixing her crown and getting better at what she does every day. So ngiyajabula kakhulu ukuthi ngibe lana namhlanje.
Wow, awesome, Sethabile. I love the fact, the way you refer to me as queen. I mean, that's just your norm. So if you're around Sethabile's space, you're a queen, okay? And would you just mind sharing what does this mean to you? I mean, you just said it's you all about fixing one's crown. Can you just elaborate further on that? And I feel like we're already in the interview.
Okay, so the term queens just comes from English Nyami. Whenever I look at the mirror, I always see a queen. And then that for me reminds me, which no matter I face difficulties in life, I should always remember that I'm of royalty and I can be a queen, I face some challenges, but you always need to remember girl, fix your crown, and own your throne. Nothing is impossible. So long as you know yourself first.
Yeah, man, totally. I totally concur to that. I'm also all about royalty. I know my father is king. So, I'm all that special.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, Sethabile. That is amazing. It's amazing. So can you just please tell us a little bit about your music journey and your role in the music group that you're a part of? As you can tell us about that group. Man. So we're just getting started. We want to know the music part of Sethabile.
Okay, so I come from a gospel group of 5 beautiful queens. Sabasemlazi, a group here is known as Heaven on Earth Musical. And I sing soprano, so that's my role, you know.
Wow, you lie.
So,
you sound more like alto or even tenor. Oh wow, that's amazing.
Thank you, Queen. So we come from the same church, but
Okay.
we musically met in 16, which is where the whole music journey began.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I must say our music journey has really been amazing. Yes, we
Wow.
do face challenges, but like God is always on our side. We have 2
Yeah.
released singles.
Wow.
The first titled Usiyakuzwisa, which was released in 2018, and the second is Empushungweni, which was released last year in January, and both songs are available on digital stores.
Awesome, Sitabile. I mean, you just said that you guys work together and you've been doing great with all the challenges, every obstacle that was posed to you guys. But, the fact that you were able to produce and release something that really shows God is backing this up, as you say. So, hallelujah.
Yeah.
I mean, that already,
Amen.
yay, it already tells me that whatever that we pursue and really chase after, God backs that up. God respects that. God is waiting for us actually to take the first step. So, man. Totally looking forward to hearing these singles. I need to download them. Would you just tell us of how the titles came about, how the songwriting came about? What is the message behind these songs?
So Siyakuzwisa is a Xhosa song, basically meaning Siyakudumisa.
Sure.
So like you've mentioned, ukuthi uNkulunkulu ehlezi phambili. For us as a group, siqala le group sabona ukuthi no, siyamdumisa uNkulunkulu, like siyambonga, so Siyakuzwisa. That's how the whole song came about. Nakhona esingayibhalelanga thina sayibhalela one of our brothers from the music industry who is Phamandla Maphumulo, And then Empushungweni, oh my gosh, I always say this song was just a prophecy from God because it was released in January and the song was written by our manager, Phamandla Wakavis. It was released last year in January, and the song says Balekelan Empushungweni, and Empushungweni is the title of the song. So the message basically let us run to the strongest tower, obviously, which is Jesus Christ, So when the whole happened, oh my gosh, this was truly a message from God. Because storm coming. So for us, each journey is all about letting God walk in the front, sorry.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, really, I'm very, very touched by the way you guys acknowledge God in all of this, in your journey. He's really, really, it's all about Him, actually. It's ministry. So it's all about Jesus. We're lifting up that banner, the Jesus banner. Awesome, Sitamile. Righty then. So now, I think we've covered the second part. I wanted to talk about how you guys find your sound and what blends you. You've talked so much and highlighted so much about how God is the center of it all, and surely that is where the sound comes from. Because if God is the center of anything, and then there is unity, and of course there's progress. So let's just get to your academic life, because not just only are you a musician or an artist, but you've done some courses, and so I want you to just take us through those courses and how significant and important was it for you to go via the process that you particularly went through. And now as you reflect over your life, what contributed, how did these contribute to the person that you are, especially professionally?
Yes. So for me, knowledge is power. You know, as a graphic designer, equipping myself first was very important so that I can let my brand and the quality that I deliver to people speak on my behalf,
Right.
even when I'm not in the room.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you touched on being a graphic designer. Just elaborate and let us in on those courses that you've done.
Okay, so basically, I do have a company, Setability Designs, which is a design and printing company that's still at the floor but growing up.
Right.
So there we design logos, business cards, letterheads, just all your corporate identity designs together with wedding invitation programs, menus. There's a lot. There's truly a lot, but we truly focus on making sure that we turn people's visions into reality through design.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So you studied graphic design then, right?
Yes.
Oh, cool. So, like you talk about knowledge being power. Would you say what would you recommend to somebody who feels that they'd rather just do it from their own inspiration? I'm sorry, just this question has just come up from my mind. Like I feel like some people really just believe in going with the flow. Like, would you say this going to school and studying has really impacted on the success of your business today?
I can fully relate to your question because I was also a self-taught graphics designer before I went to like a professional school, So for someone out there who's just doing it out of, just being creative, they can do that. But I'd also suggest so I'd also suggest that they also go to school because there's more knowledge when you actually go to school and there's someone in front of you who can actually, when you're doing things yourself, you don't have, that much knowledge or that much understanding. Up until you meet someone who can actually take you through what happens through design.
Totally. So that's more like coaching and mentorship, that part as well that you need. Yeah. Right. Sounds clear. Sounds really clear. Okay, so Tabile, so we pick up that you're not just a businesswoman, but you're expanding your branches. You are even going as far as giving back to community and building up those queens. Really, it's beautiful. So can you just let us in as well on your organization, your foundation, the Tabile Youth Foundation? What is that all about? How did it come about?
Okay, great. So Tabile Youth Foundation is an empowerment. It's all about empowerment and giving back to the community, like you stated. So my biggest inspiration, like out of coming with the company, was that with not my mom being around, she was always at work, and whenever I needed someone to talk to, I didn't have any of those people around. So for me, growing up, I understood that only child who went through that, with regards to what's happening, your body changes, no one is there to talk to you about all those things. So basically that's how the company started. So from there, I started hosting motivational and educational talks with young girls just to empower them, in becoming better future leaders in the next generation. And then out of the foundation as well, I also host empowerment events, which are done annually, and I call them meet and greet events. And from them, the whole inspiration was that meaning I don't attend the dance. So For me, it was very important to be one of those queens, who fixes other queens' crowns.
Yeah.
Sikhumbuzani ukuthi, guys, let's just, let's just talk about ukubaluleka kokuziphatha.
I get you. And all things purity and stuff like centered around that. Wow.
That's true.
You're really, you're touching on the really important, the peak of the stage of a young woman's growing process. As you mentioned, this was really inspired by you, being yourself by yourself most of the time, figuring things out while you were growing up. And it is a reality in the society we are from, where our parents have to go and work for us, and the working conditions are really difficult and extreme, to a point where they will only come back once a month, or even or maybe just weekends. And even then, the weekend is so there's not much to cover with your mom. Especially for a girl, a young girl, you need your mom really close. So I'm really touched by the fact that you wanted to close that gap, and for other girls to not go through, the exact thing that you faced. So it's amazing. I pray that God really strengthens you and helps you to flourish in that area of your life. And yeah, man, we want to see those crowns being fixed. One day, to hear young girls testifying that with the Setabile Youth Foundation, my life was changed and my life was put together. Thank you so much for that. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. So, what are your closing remarks? Especially to our young listeners, you are quite young as well, and there's so many young people who are uncertain about their future or struggling to find balance, and you seem to have found your niche. You seem to have found your purpose. You're really living in it. What can you tell other young people to do? What is your recipe, really?
I think we've touched a lot at the beginning of the conversation that I'll just like to remind other people out there that you are of royalty, So whenever life give you a hard come, just make sure that you're not hard on yourself. It's very important for us to also understand that we should be kind to us. Ourselves, and then whenever something bad's happening, make sure that you try and not dwell on the things that you can't control. For me, there's a verse that I like to share that's found in Isaiah 60 verse 22 that says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves it's okay. I'm not in control of this. I can't control. Make sure that he changes my situation.
Wow. So it's all.
So at that meantime, just remain calm. Remember that you are of royalty, and God will make sure that he changes the situation.
Wow, Setabile. Every time you talk about royalty, I'm reminded of one of my favorite songs by Tasha Cobbs. It's Royalty. It's called Royalty.
Yes.
Do you know it?
Yes, I do. Just a little bit.
That's just the song I go to all the time to gird up my strength and my confidence and bring out that queen in me, We really are of royalty. Thank you, Setabile, for this conversation. It's really been uplifting, even if I may say so myself. And I pray that other young queens out there and kings as well will find their balance and find their purpose and be inspired by your life and the things pertaining your life as Setabile Khumalo. Setabile, we've come to the end of our interview, and we'd like to know where we can get your group's music, as you've touched about it, that it's available on digital stores, and as well as your personal social media handles, and how can people reach you for your business services.
Thank you, babe. So people can actually get our music on all digital stores.
Right.
You can just go there and download. And then we are on Instagram. It's our handle is at Heaven on Earth Musical. We're also on Facebook. Yeah, our page is Heaven on Earth _SA. And then my personal accounts are Sethabile Heaven on Earth Kumalo on Facebook. And then on Instagram, I am at Sethabile Kumalo.
Okay, thank you so much, Sethabile. So I believe then if people want your business services as well, they will get through to you via those social media handles.
Yes, Queen, yes.
Alrighty. Thank you, Sethabile. We have had an amazing time with you today. May God enlarge your territories. May God keep on being the center of everything that you do. And we totally love you here on the Empowerment Podcast. Thank you so much for your time, and have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's truly been amazing. Ngiyabonga kakhulu, and thank you. God bless.
Thank you, dear sis. Have a blessed day yourself. And that is a wrap, everybody. We have come to the end of our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do share this link to the show with your friends, your loved ones, and inspire somebody today. Change someone's life today. Fix a queen's crown. Thank you. May God bless you and keep you. Take care. Be safe. Be safe. From myself, Nompilo, I love you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.